What's up, everybody? This is Life.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Swello.
And this is Adrian.
And this is Just Do the Damn Thing podcast.
Do the damn thing, do the damn thing, yeah. Do the damn thing, do the damn thing, yeah. Do the damn thing, do my damn thing. I'ma do my damn thing. I'ma do my damn thing.
Man, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Just Do the Damn Thing. Right now, we're about to go look at our product of the week, which is our OMG Royalty Men's Tee. Only the white one is on sale. It's $5 off, originally $34.99, and now it is $28.99. So $6 off, actually. My bad.
$6.
You know, my math is a little off, but it's all good. But go ahead and go to www.theomgbrand.com, click on clothing, and just do the damn thing.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
All right, guys. Thank you for tapping back in with us for another episode of Just Do the Damn Thing. Today's episode, we're going to talk about moral virtue. We have an age-old question that we want to ask you guys, and we're going to discuss it is, are people innately good? Meaning, are they just born good or not? Who wants to set it off? Joe?
Me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I was kind of thinking about this, and I don't really know which way I want to, which way I feel about it, because I kind of feel like yes, depending on what your definition of good is, we are born good. Like we are born not knowing what's good and bad. So most of the, like you were stating to us earlier, like how, you know, babies laugh all the time. They're a joy. They're like precious. They're pure. So it feels like that they're already good at that particular moment. But you also have to say that they're also learning from the jump as well.
Right.
So it's like, I guess you could say they're good for a while in the beginning, but then they get tainted by whoever's around them, obviously. And
okay, so are you saying that people are born good?
And then they learn, and then they learn bad. And
they learn bad. Can they learn good?
Yes.
Okay.
They're born good, but that doesn't mean that they'll stay good, obviously, depending on the route, you know, their circumstances and how they grow up, you know, and how they process things in their mind as well, because everybody processes things different. So I may take a bad situation and make it good as a child, but somebody may take a bad situation
and make it worse.
Vice versa.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I believe.
Okay. Adrian, I think what's your opinion on that?
In my heart, I would have believed people are born, but I don't think people are born either.
Okay. All right. So what does that mean?
I think, and this is just based on, I guess, but the fact that we are animals, we are born, and we just are. So kind of like, so as far as children, I'm just looking at my child too. Like she does, like certain things she does, like you're born doing, like eating, sleeping.
Right.
Is based on biology.
Right. And your needs.
Needs for survival.
You have to. Yeah. You have to. You know, go to the bathroom, whatever. But I don't think, especially like I said, looking at my child, she doesn't think doing a certain thing means doing something better. Now it also don't equate happiness to being good or bad. It's just the emotion that you have. So you can be happy, doesn't mean that you're a good or a bad person. You can be upset, doesn't mean that you're a good or a bad person. These are just things that biologically are in you because of being human. And again, like going kind of what Joe was saying, like good is up for, I guess going back to beat up is subjective. So what somebody might call good, I mean, there's things that you want to say are universally good. Right. But so I think moral virtue is learned, like based on, you know, I mean, I think we also
moral virtue as far as what,
like being good, just like being good to other people,
right?
Because that's what we're talking about, right? Because when you say being good, wouldn't say like,
well, being good to yourself too. I would throw that out there
that's
too.
true,
Not damaging yourself.
Exactly, but what is damaging yourself to a 2-year-old? Like for example, my daughter loves to climb. loves to climb.
Right.
Fall off the
Any
bed
and
several times.
everything possible. I don't think she climbs and thinks she's gonna hurt herself, but it's possible that she can.
Right.
So that can be considered damaging and could
Uh-huh.
be considered bad, right?
I see what you're saying.
Subjective.
Yeah.
But she just says she's learning. And I mean, I think for her, she's just learning how to work. She's discovering, she's observing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't think she thinks that her decisions are good or
either
bad.
bad or good.
Right.
They're just, she's just kind of doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that goes back to like the fact that we can't, I don't know if maybe saying, throwing this out there, this might be a reach, but like we don't remember things up until a certain point when we start to learn deeper meanings of like, oh,
Right.
okay, I can't hit a kid because that's bad.
Right.
Or
right.
whatever, right? Like,
Well, it's what led to you hitting a kid.
or
You know what I mean?
maybe, yeah, and then again, that's probably something you learned because you
Right.
saw a kid on TV do it, or
Mhm.
your cousin did it to you, or your brother, or you saw, prayerfully not, but your parent, you know,
Right.
might be abusive to another parent or whoever, or
Right.
or even playfully. Like sometimes I hit Joe playfully, and I don't think, you know, oh, my daughter's gonna see that and say, oh, somebody jokes I can hit,
Right.
but it is something she might notice and might
Yeah.
think that that's okay or not.
Mhm.
And then somebody might say, well, that's bad, it does that, but she doesn't know the difference. And that's why I don't think people are born. I think that's something you learn based on your environment and based on who you're around. And because I just think we're just mostly animal as a kid, to be honest, because
Right.
we're observing, we're learning, we're doing things to survive. We learn how to walk. You know, those are things we're learning to
Mhm.
survive in our environment. And so we're not thinking like, oh, if I bring mom a flower, that's good or bad.
Right.
You're just existing. kind of
Right.
thing.
Just exist. So would you use the word neutral?
Yeah.
Or
I guess so.
yeah.
I mean-
it's hard for me to fathom what neutral means as a human. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Because again, subjective.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that's the thing, because good could be, somebody could say if a kid hits you, hit him back, that's a good thing, because you need to defend yourself.
Right.
But then you could have the opposite say no.
So it's good to
Like-
walk away from it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. You could have
So
that
it's
point of view.
subjective on what's good for you to how to react on a certain situation.
Right.
So we got a couple comments. I don't know if you can read that before.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We'll go ahead and read. First comment. What's going on every day? I don't know about good and bad, but my oldest was a really happy baby from birth, and my other son has always been grumpy from his birth. All right. Thank you for
That's
that
just
comment.
see, to me, that's just personality.
Amber Killian.
And I don't know.
Thank you, Amber.
That's a whole other question. Like, where does your
Uh-huh.
personality come from? People will say it's based on you, like the parents, but I don't know if that's always the case either. Because I know people. Well, I know of someone who's really calm and their kid is wild.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And so I don't know if that's necessarily the case either. But again, I think that's personality. Happy person, sad or grumpy or mean.
Right.
It's not good or bad. It's
So
just how
okay.
they
So
are.
if it's how she said, it's grumpy since birth, when does that child develop that personality?
I think that's a whole nother question. It had nothing to do with this.
No, it
but,
does. It does because we're talking about how you develop and how you
I guess
how,
I
and the
don't
things
know.
that
That's a
that
good
you're taught.
question.
You know what I mean?
Well,
'cause
I'm a
I-
bad apple in the family.
Because I believe that kids start to develop a sense of good or bad. It's all based off of vibration and the vibrations that you feel while you're in your mother's womb. You know what
so
I
you
mean?
do think we're born good or bad?
So okay,
Based
so
off of
now I'll go ahead and answer it. Is I think not based off of that, but I do believe that everyone is born innately good. Excuse me, because I wholeheartedly believe, not just because the Bible said it. I'm not like a big Bible guy, but the Bible says in Genesis, God created man in His image.
Mhm.
I feel like we're all God in human form, but we've been taught different things to what you guys were saying, and it led us to one way or another.
Mhm.
But I believe that you do start developing a sense of like the things you should do versus you shouldn't do subjectively to what your parents are teaching you while you're still in the womb.
Or a society.
Yeah, or a society. But to answer what we were saying about birth, how you develop that personality or whatever, I think that's even starts to develop in the womb. The way your mom talks to you, the way your parents, the type of energy and the vibrational
a
field that
baby
you
can't
have
even
around
hear
me.
up until a certain point. But
said
so
what?
a baby can't even hear up until a certain point.
Well, it's not about hearing; it's about sense, feeling. you feel the vibrations and the energy in the room, because babies are much more sensitive to energies and vibrations than adults are.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So,
So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, because everything is we've discussed before. Everything in life is just a vibration of energy. We're literally made up of energy just vibrating. You know what I mean? So babies can sense that energy in the room, in the womb, from their mom, from their parents, or whatever.
So I guess Empress is going with you. Because I agree that I was happy first pregnancy. Second one was unplanned, happened during postpartum, and I see how it came
Yeah,
out
you
of
see
her
now
and
now
both
now
of
that you
them.
say that, Amber, I believe you 100%. You know what I mean? So I think she just proved what I was saying. I think it just depends in the state of mind, in the mood that you're in while you're pregnant.
Well,
You
see,
know?
I didn't have that experience with
You know what?
Denise.
That kind of makes sense, honestly, which is probably why, like, why Denise is so like
Well, I was going
normally.
to say that the other she's not grumpy.
No. She's happy because like
I know, but I was going to say that I was not happy during my pregnancy. I was very. First of all, I mean, the story to come off to say I lost a child 4 months before I got pregnant, and so I was highly stressed the entire time because I obviously just lost a kid. This hurt. She was unplanned, sure. And so yeah, I was stressed the entire time. Like I was on edge the entire time. Which Denise, our daughter, is the exact opposite. She's super like go with the flow. She's just like
carefree.
she's always happy. If anything, like she runs around and laughs. I don't know what she's laughing at, but she literally will run around the house cracking up laughing. Like she does cry. I mean, everybody does, but it's very rare. Like she's an overall happy baby.
What are you saying, Joe?
from my perspective of that is you were up and down. So there was a lot of times when, you know, you were like super, when you had the Doppler, or is that what, yeah, that's what's called, right? And you're like feeling for it, you're always, I can see the happiness in you by hearing the heartbeat.
It was more like a relief.
Really, well, yeah, but it's still, I can tell the energy was higher than before. And then the support system that you had with me, mom, and a whole bunch of other people, it seemed to be in a better light at that specific moment. But yes, you had a lot of times where you were also in a very dark place.
Most of the time.
So what I see Denise do is she is happy, but she also randomly just cries out of nowhere.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So like, and we don't have no clue what the hell she's crying about, and it's not, and it sometimes doesn't even look like she's crying because she's hungry. She's just doing it to throw a random
for attention
or a random.
That's normal toddler, but I don't know. I mean, I guess everybody's experience is different. I don't know. I feel that whole vibration. I just still don't believe anybody born one way, but
I still agree with you on the part that they're kind of really neutral, and I don't think they really. I think their personality may be already kind of there, but when it comes to their way of living and the world comes later.
Right.
Because I don't think they're necessarily good or bad at that moment. Because just because she randomly cries or randomly grumpy doesn't make her good or bad.
Right.
That just makes her a baby.
So then, at what age then can we start judging a person whether they're a good person or bad person?
So normally, this is what I got told by somebody that was that I was listening to on a podcast, where he was talking about how you actually give structure to your kid from the ages of 1 to 5, and then from 6 to 12, you actually go through and explain the structure and why you discipline them, why you structure them, and then by the time they're 13, they're able to live on their own.
Oh, okay. So at 13, you're saying you can judge somebody.
Yeah, like when
I think it's before that. I think
no, I'm saying 6 is what actually I'm saying.
Right. Okay, 6, right?
Because they start to actually being able to understand and have a higher sense of
your
being able to
more developed. Because I was going to ask you that too. Like, are you saying judge based on knowing information? Because I also feel like kids instinctually, like you'll hear kids say like they won't go to certain people just because they don't, like you said, maybe they don't feel like that person's
vibes off or whatever.
Spirit or whatever is like doesn't give them a good.
Yeah.
And Denise can be like that. She's
No, I think
she's
kids
very
big
independent.
time.
She don't really care for like almost nobody except for us, really. But yeah, like I've heard kids saying like, like they won't.
And I think that's just a sixth sense that we all have.
It is, and it's more sensitive to kids because they haven't been conditioned yet in the world that we live in, and they still have those abilities.
Some kids though are very trusting of everyone. I've seen the opposite too, where kids will whomever. Like, and that's unfortunately the ones that'll be like, oh, like,
oh, you have a knife in your hand? I'm going to you.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got some candy for you, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should laugh at that. Anyway, but yeah, so I don't know. I think 5 and on, I would say, is when you start to build a consciousness to be able to judge one good and bad behavior for yourself and for other people, and to say if a person is good or bad based on knowing now, like fully, like, or not knowing fully, because you're always developing, learning. But like you can kind of say, oh, okay, that person yells a lot, so that person's bad, or that person, you know, whatever the case is, based off their actions and knowing what those actions mean.
When you're around 6 or so, you can actually comprehend what you're actually doing now.
Yeah.
And then of course, you learning through the process, you start to develop, you know, more things. Obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to add things to that?
Yeah. No. Yeah. I guess so. What I also wanted to say was, I think it's hard to prove, you know, one way or another, whether you're born good or bad. I would say the only way to settle this, but I don't think anybody would ever agree to this, is like doing a case study with a bunch of pregnant women. One group have nothing but negative thoughts during their pregnancy. The other one have nothing but positive, good emotions and thoughts, you know, and then like see and then track the baby's lives and how everything plays out. But I would say that the group with the, you know what I mean? Like who would agree to a study like that? It's agree to be negative all the time during your pregnancy. You know what I mean?
Just to see how your baby comes out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but then if you're maybe somebody that believes that they're born good anyway, like, you're like, oh, I'm going to show you, I'm going to prove to you that they're born good. Watch this. You know what I mean? I'm going to be negative this whole time. But I would say that pregnancy probably wouldn't go well. I think I wholeheartedly believe if you have negative emotions and thoughts while you're pregnant, stuff like that, it's going to show in your baby. I think some babies are born with like deformities or with like brain issues, neurological issues due to like negative emotions and stress and being depressed and things like that. I think the way that a woman is during her pregnancy emotionally, that it will reflect in their baby physically and just emotionally. I wholeheartedly believe that. But I do believe that we all are born good innately. I do believe that we're all God in human form, and God created us in His image, and you know God is good. So
all the time.
What was I gonna say? We were talking about this earlier, actually, because I watched episode of Criminal Minds, but I guess it was based off some true. This kid on there, I don't remember, like 10 maybe. He was a sociopath.
At 8 years old?
Yeah, he was a sociopath. Like, he killed. I guess he started off like 5. You remember Jesse Wade? Maybe 5 or something, killing little animals. And then
that sounds like a Mike Myers movie I just watched the other day.
But it was based off a true, like,
based off a true story.
Yeah,
wow.
Like, and then eventually, like, because he basically got, they were trying to figure out who killed this little boy, and eventually at the end, you know, spoiler, sorry, they found out it was him. He killed the little.
Who killed the little boy?
The other little, there's a little boy who died.
Okay.
And he was friends with him. And they were investigating, trying to figure out how this little
kid
kid
got
the
psychopath.
It was a sociopath kid. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's when they discovered, like, he had psychological problems from a long time. Like, his dad was actually a stepfather with a psychologist. He noticed, like, kill little kid. I mean, kill
little kid. That's not good.
Kill animals and stuff like that. And he would set stuff on fire, and he found joy in. And so they sent him to like this camp to like get fixed or whatever. But he was doing the same stuff there. And I guess when he came home, he was playing with some other neighbor kid. Something happened, and he killed him. And then he even went so much to like hide his body somewhere. And at the end too, like when they figured out he did it, he showed so much remorse in the back. In the courtroom, was crying and stuff. And then when he left, he turned and looked at the dad and smiled and was like, something about your kid or something. Some disrespectful to where the dad got the bailiff's gun and shot him.
Shot the boy?
Yeah.
Did that happen in real life?
I don't know if that probably.
Oh, okay.
Criminal Minds. All right, I think actually I don't even know if it was Criminal Minds. It might have been Law and Order. It was one of the.
It sound like Mike Myers.
But I'm saying there is children that are born with sociopathic tendencies. Go back to like, are they good or bad, and when do those develop?
Right. When does
And
that
are
start
they
developing?
because it didn't seem like he was around that kind of thing. He was. I mean, his dad was a psychologist. His mom was like, I don't remember if she was mean. She wasn't, but she wasn't anything like he would see murdering animals under other kids.
Right.
So where does that go?
Only thing I can think of is the fact that his dad being a psychologist or a doctor type of thing.
But there's other kids that are sociopaths.
Huh?
There's other kids that are sociopathic people.
So like saying like he always seeing his dad like diagnose things all the time, and so being in hospitals and dissecting things. Or whatever the case may be. So he probably thinks like when seeing how the mind works of an animal or whatever, he may just trying to see that whole type of situation.
And then that could
and then the way
twist something in his brain.
Twist something in his brain, and since he was around 5 or so, that comes right back to that point where around.
So this study says children can show signs of psychopathy as young
as 2 years old.
Even at this age, they show different. So.
Yeah, I think stuff like that could definitely be influenced by the mom, even through pregnancy, during pregnancy.
But you never really know because that's just like one study. There could be other ones that could say the opposite or whatever. But I'm just saying a theory that from that particular story. Especially at the age that he was able to slightly comprehend things.
He was under,
and then also being able to like the way, like I said, it's all about the way the mind actually makes a conclusion. So if in his mind, he's just thinking he's doing whatever.
Yeah, exactly. He could be experimenting or something.
Exactly.
Like, all right, if I kill this kid, what happened? Okay, this happened.
And then
he had
to know that it was a bad thing. He had to know good and bad.
Right. So then does that prove then that he's innately good because he knew that he did something bad and he felt remorse for it?
Quote, unquote.
You know what I mean? So does that mean that so because you have remorse, does that mean that you're innately good?
Yeah.
And I think
because even like the people that actually do have remorse, there's people that like have probably like killed somebody or done something bad, have remorse, but then they try to think it away, like make it to where
there's serial killers that have shown themselves to have remorse but do it again.
Yeah, but make it seem, but you try to mansplain your problems away. You try to make it to where you're doing something. You're like, oh, I'm actually doing something good. Trying to justify what they're doing. Yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of different situations that could go into that.
So that's crazy that we brought up remorse. I think remorse alone shows that people are born innately good. If you feel bad for doing something bad,
and then he also had to know it was bad. So if he had to hide the damn body, if he didn't care, he would have just left the damn body right there.
Yeah,
I just didn't want to talk because sociopaths do stuff like that. Like I said, he didn't feel bad. He just made it. He presented that way to get off or a lighter sentence. Because as soon as he walked out the courtroom, he was like,
well, obviously we don't really know exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going off.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that happens. There's serial killers that they've shown like different. I've watched different ones, and they said like, oh, they felt bad for just that second, so they did something to the. Like I was just thinking about that one. I mean that one, but I have seen stories of ones that they said like, oh, I felt bad, so they did something to the body, covered up the face or something like that.
Yeah, where did I read about that? Where they covered up the face so they didn't see it
because they felt bad about what they did, but then they still went and killed somebody else after and did the same thing to that person. Kept doing it, covering up the body, covering up the face, so they couldn't see what they were ashamed of what they had done.
It's very interesting to see.
But does that mean that they know they did something bad, or they just for that second they did?
But we could never really know unless we were in the mind of that particular person or the feeling that they had when it happened. But even for instance, scientists, they're still guessing. It's still a study.
Yeah.
So they're just guessing on what the mind may be doing at that particular time. So we don't really never know.
Yep.
Well, my stance neither
good
neutral.
or bad. Neutral. See, that's the thing. I can't fathom the neutral. Like, what
I'm
does
not
that
saying
mean?
neutral because
you
I
know?
think that's a balance of yin and yang. I don't think there's a yin or yang.
Okay, just R. You see, now to me, being just R, just being means you're pure, and that's what kids
That's
are.
what I
Kids
think.
are
So.
pure,
Yeah, innocent.
and
Innocent.
to me, that's good. Innocence, pureness is goodness.
That's why I said earlier, it depends on what your definition of good is. Because if you're thinking of pure being good, then yeah, innately it would
Yeah,
be
it's good
more
mean you do things for other people or for yourself or what does that mean?
but then people like that would be, they think good is doing good things for people
Or not doing something bad makes you good.
or whatever the case
Yeah.
may be, or not doing something bad, which is not breaking
See,
the
to
window on
me,
purpose.
you either do good things, you do bad things, or you do nothing. Like, you either do good things, bad things, or nothing. Like, I don't know. Anyway, what do you guys think?
What do you guys think? Drop your comments below. We do have some comments. Kids are easily influenced can be a good thing, but also a bad. Yeah, you can be guided to good or bad. But I personally think people are born good. They're saying it could go either way, not really one way or another. But what do you guys think? Drop the comments below. We'd love to get this conversation. I think this is a really good question.
She also said Mike Myers.
Oh yeah, because that's my wife. I was watching the Mike Myers movie with her, and everything you were explaining or talking about was literally like the Mike Myers movie. The kid killed somebody. He started off killing the little animals, and then killed the kid, and then he just turned into a serial killer.
Yeah, Mike Myers.
But all right, guys, drop your comments below, and we'll go ahead and hop into the next segment.
Yes, sir. So the next segment is Today I Learned, where we learn something every single day. Let's see what kind of craziness we're gonna learn today.
What do we got today, guys?
Today I learned of people of Jewish descent that served in the German army in World War II. They ranged from generals who were declared to be Aryans, was that Waffen SS soldiers, who hid the fact knowing their fellow soldiers would probably kill them, to ordinary soldiers basically hiding from being sent to concentration camps.
Dang, so they were Jews, but they would say that they were declared to be Aryans?
They're pretending to be them. So pretending to be Aryans?
Yeah. I was just thinking that.
Wow.
That is dark. People do some crazy things for some self-preservation, you know?
Yeah. But
there were slaves.
Does that make them good or bad?
Right.
There were slaves in the war that joined, the Confederate side.
Oh yeah, why? Why did they do that?
Some of them, so there's actually documentary on that too, where some of them were forced to be soldiers. They were actually told that if they can either die by our hand, or you can have a chance of living in the war.
Oh damn, that's a
not everybody had
shitty dilemma.
Not everybody had a chance to escape because most, of course, they promised.
Yeah.
Not everybody had a chance.
Exactly. And then the whole thing where some of them were like a wall, like the black people were in front to hide all the other people behind.
Yeah, kill them first.
They're the ones who get killed first.
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of things that.
That's a crappy dilemma. Die now, or you could survive the war, but then go right back to being a slave.
Exactly.
Like, that's terrible.
If we win. But then
we win.
But I'm like, you put that gun in the right slave's hand, or even the right Jewish dude's hand.
Yeah, turn it on you.
Door.
Exactly.
Yep. All right. Today I learned perfect environment created for wild pandas has made them too comfortable to feel the urge to breathe.
That's funny. They just like, I'm just chilling.
So like, is that like out in like nature, like in zoos and like where would that be?
Probably a conserve, what's called wildlife preserve.
Yeah.
So they've created like an area that you can't hunt, can't do certain things.
Right. Just made them so comfortable.
They just they have to. It's funny because they did say pandas were going to extinct
because they can't breathe.
That. Yeah,
what?
Can't get them to breathe like
lazy
that.
ass.
They are very lazy.
No, yeah, there are. I've heard of pandas and other animals like bears as well, who like kind of lose their like urge to like go hunting and stuff and get it on their own because the humans will just give them food and stuff. On like
probably
crazy.
ones that come from zoos.
Man,
yeah.
Look at how the pigeons and seagulls act.
For real, As soon as they see humans, they're like,
oh,
I'm there.
Oh, they got food.
Let me chill on this. Whatever. Thing it's called. Around the beach area.
Yep, chilling. All right. Next.
Then I learned that in one bestiality case, colonial Plymouth supervisor, a 16-year-old Thomas Grazer was forced to point out the sheep he'd had sex with from a lineup. He then had to watch the animal be killed before he himself.
Wow.
He was executed for bestiality. That is a little extreme. Like,
okay,
what?
yeah, killing him, but that's
They could have stopped at just killing the sheep in front of them. Come on, dog. Like,
why did they kill the sheep?
Like, why did they have to kill the sheep in front
they
of them?
shouldn't have. They shouldn't have to kill the sheep
Oh,
either.
Yeah,
They should have stopped right there. But no, they took a. They
Like,
took it a
they
step
need,
further.
like, let's get this guy some help. Let's send him to a therapist,
Do
a
something.
psychiatrist.
Yeah, it ain't the sheep's fault. That's all.
Yeah, it ain't to
Man,
kill the
let's kill the
sheep,
sheep
and
and
then
him.
kill him.
Damn,
That's just not right.
that's cold blooded.
That's
Cold blood.
That's just a messed up situation.
Oh, today I learned the occupation with the lowest suicide rate is education. Training and library with a 5.3 suicide rate compared to a 16.9 for the national average.
Really? Teachers ain't out here killing.
Oh, suicide rate. I was like, I thought it said suicide percentage. I was like, that's a high ass percentage of people killing themselves. What the? But no, the suicide rate, whatever that means, however they
Teachers
rate
is
it.
not, despite all the
So-
crap we go through.
Education, training, and library, but teachers will not kill themselves, which I respect.
I'm not
Yeah.
killing. I just
You quit.
But
I'm out.
I mean, I'm sure there's statistics that say that like we have a high over like a lot. Like I've seen a lot of first years. Like I
Can't
I'm
do
not
it.
coming back.
Yeah. I
It's
can see
happening
that.
more so this last few years because of the pandemic.
Yeah, the pandemic, like, nah, it ain't worth it.
It's
Let me
been a mass-
let me get the
they literally called it-
unemployment,
They literally
getting
called
the
it a,
$500 a week for
right?
nothing.
They literally called it a mass. Like we have a huge
Oh man,
nationwide.
yeah.
Sub
They can't
entry.
find subs or
Yeah.
anything.
So
or
that's why
anything.
they ain't killing themselves. They just like bye.
They're just out.
Go to a whole other section.
Mm-hmm.
Whole
Not
other
even in
career.
education.
Today I learned we can't just throw all our garbage into a volcano to burn it up because volcanoes are not hot enough to melt the metals in the trash. And most volcanoes don't actually have a lava lake, only 8 of the thousands on Earth.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I could see that. As a child you think that they all have a lava lake, but it's like it's all underground and it shoots up when it needs to, right?
Honestly, that's funny because as a kid, I wondered why we didn't burn crap. Rid of it.
You know what they should do is get the jet fuel from the planes that knocked down the Twin Towers. That stuff will burn anything. You see
That's
that? It done burn all the
expensive.
metal. It done burn everything. Get rid of all of our trash, damn it. Jet fuel's expensive. It's powerful. It could burn metal, apparently. Lava can't even do it.
Well, I get. Well, yeah. The
Today
ones
I
that do
learned-
have lava could do it. Go ahead.
Today I learned the reason Samuel L. Jackson yells mother
Say it.
is that as a child he had a stutter and this helped keep his speech fluid. That's funny.
That's really funny.
Dang.
James Earl Jones also.
James Dern.
Steve Harvey, is that the family feud? Steve Harvey, he said he also had a,
Oh, yeah,
had
he
a stutter,
did.
speech impediment, and then he
Yeah.
got better. So he would yell motherfucker in the middle of his sentence and then just keep going.
Yeah.
If it helps, it helps,
He's
right?
like,
Motherfucker, and then just kept going. If it helps, right? Like, sorry, teacher. But,
I gotta call you that a couple times. I can't talk to you.
it's the only way we can communicate.
Man. Well, that's it for today. We learned some really ridiculous things today.
Pandas are late.
Pandas are lazy as hell.
I am you. We are we. Pandas.
Don't have sex with a sheep.
I don't even know where that was, but they were wrong for killing that man. They were
It was the
wrong.
Plymouth.
Plymouth?
Plymouth?
Where's that? I don't know where that
There's
is.
more than one Plymouth.
I would
Yeah.
imagine.
More than one, probably everything. Damn.
All
All right. Well, let's go to our next segment called Creative of the Week. The creative of this week would be my friend. His name is LC Blackman, but he goes by L Sizzle. He has a song with my friend Silas Black. He's also an amazing rapper called Dough Chasing. So if you think it's good, let us know down below. If you think it's bad, let us know down below. Just comment and let us know if they did the damn thing. Is it innately good?
It's all subjective.
Or is it,
It's all-
you know?
Art is subjective.
Well, let's get right into the damn thing.
El Sizzle. Time running out and I got no patience. You know how I get when I'm road raging. Rise early like yeast, no bacon, and I stay smiling, cause I'm dough chasing. Y'all running to that money, well, go make it. I like my money long, yep, slow pacing. There's levels to the ship, nope, no basics. And I'm still smiling cause I'm dough chasing. Who better than your boy to chase the money with? I'm like running from the cops to this money quick. I ain't even rushing, but the money keep it coming. If you fuck the game right, she let you hit it in the morning. Shit, I be gone in the morning, and when I get back, she pay me on site because I'm grinding all night. My hustle is my mistress, you can even ask my wife. Just like 3 left, she gon' say that's right. If you're trying to break bread, you should've hit me last night so I can have the ass home by the street light. Family and friends putting 10 cents in, stop this, stop that. They wanna see me win, but really what it was them showing love, so I show love back and I hold no grudge. Hop in the whip, turn up the track, sped on off-road rage, all facts. Time running out and I got no patience. You know how I get when I'm road raging. Rise early like yeast, no bacon, and I stay smiling, cause I'm dough chasing. Y'all running to that money, well, go make it. I like my money long, yep, slow pacing. There's levels to the ship, nope, no basics. And I'm still smiling cause I'm dough chasing.
I don't chase money, the money it chase me. I get a bag and invest, you mad at the bank fees. Frankly, I don't think no one could test me, arrest me, cause what I do to these beats is definitely a crime. That is not your line, tell the truth, stop lying. Money on my mind, 90% of the time. The other 10 is pimping. When I got that hand in my system, it made me wanna get women, been them in different positions. Man, I gotta chill and focus on getting where I wanna be. Ain't rich yet, but I won't fake it like some of you wannabes. Who you wanna be? That's a trick question, but if you tryna be yourself, that ain't impressive. Step your game up, bro. Learn my name like your hoe. Your mama and your sister too. Now that's a tic-tac-toe. I gotta get that dough. Stack it, make mo. To everybody around me, ain't got no worries no more. Silence.
Time running out and I got no patience. You know how I get when I'm road raging. Rise early like yeast, no bacon, and I stay smiling, cause I'm dough chasing. Y'all running to that money, well, go make it. I like my money long, yep, slow pacing. There's levels to the ship, nope, no basics. And I'm still smiling cause I'm dough chasing.
Alright.
Well, all right. That was El Sizzle and Silas Black, Dough Chasing. I think they did the damn thing. What about y'all?
Yeah, I think
I like it a lot.
yeah, I didn't know LC rap, so shout out LC. It sounded good. Silas, of course, did his thing. Yeah, man, it was nice. It was nice beat. Flows were nice. Dope
Yeah.
song.
Yeah. All around was a great song. Let us know if they did the damn thing down below in the comments. The link to that song will be down below as well, and also his Instagram. So go follow that man. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
All
we
right,
going
guys. Yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap it up, guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We definitely appreciate you guys stopping by. We just ask, you tell everybody about Just Do the Damn Thing. We want to grow the channel, grow with you guys. So drop your comments below. Do what you got to do. And then until then, we'll see you guys. We're out.
Deuces.
Peace.
OMG. Well, we keep going cause the party don't stop. We turn up, doing our thing, just living our lives, and we don't stop. Open mind group so you know we won't flop. We on top. Come to the party, you don't wanna